now my honor to welcome to the podium our main event sponsor from Live Well Foundation of South Lake, Ms. Donna Kirkland.
I want to walk around, but it was kind of hard to follow the city manager, so I'm going to stay in one place. Next slide, please. The Live Well Foundation of South Lake, the city manager, Mike Hines, already told you about our vision, but our actual mission is to inspire through grant making sustainable issues that enhance the health and wellness of South Lake County. So what does that mean, and where did we start? Where did we get our funding? Years ago, leaders far smarter than me, and actually before I go into that, I do want to mention we have two of our board members here. Two of our board members here who have been serving as volunteer leaders, Ms. Linda Smith and Mr. Rob Behrens in the back. Thank you so much for your Live Well Foundation leadership. Next slide, please. Years ago, Live Well Foundation of South Lake was formed in exactly 5 years. We're celebrating our 5-year anniversary this month. Where did Live Well Foundation receive their funding? At one time, Orlando Health, South Lake Hospital, and we had a taxing district, and that district included Mount Verde, Mineola, Groveland, Claremont, and Mascot. And that taxing district helped to form and support our local hospital because we needed access to health care, access to providers, great service. And at the time, when they initially went into partnership, they created our Community Foundation of South Lake. 5 years ago, when the taxing district went away, Orlando Health Hospital acquired the remaining board seats and made a philanthropic contribution to our community of $128 million, which established the Live Well Foundation. So thank you, Orlando Health, for that philanthropic contribution. Next slide, please. So Live Well Foundation ultimately is a philanthropic organization that invests in the community. We oversee that investment and then give back that community for health and wellness initiatives specifically. So over the last 5 years, we've had a significant number of individuals that Live Well's been able to serve. Today you heard a few of them with Groveland, but that's not the biggest impact that they've made. And by they, I mean the 12 board leaders that serve voluntarily to oversee these investments. As you can see on this slide, and the next slide, please, over the last 5 years, we've supported a number of nonprofit organizations. Today, I just want to highlight the impact of a few of them, and I am talking a few of them. You've already heard some here that's specifically in the community, but I want to talk about one, Building Blocks Ministries. Next slide, please. And next slide. Thank you. The individual that you see here from Building Blocks Ministries is Shad. Building Blocks Ministries served our adults with disabilities in a number of ways, including education, occupational support, and really just having a community. This individual, Shad, actually attends Building Blocks Ministries right now. Previously, before they came to Live Well for a grant, they served in a very small capacity. They had a number of individuals and a wait list you wouldn't believe. In addition, they didn't own their building, and so they paid a monthly rent or stipend. They came to Live Well Foundation for the specific idea of expanding their impact in the community. They came to us and asked for facility building funds. What has ultimately happened is they've been able to have the ability to double the number of individuals they serve, and it only costs them the equivalent of a $300 a month increase. We supported a large portion of their building, and then their actual rent is now their mortgage, and they're investing in themselves. But what does this mean for Shad? Shad is able to attend Building Blocks Ministries. He's learned occupational work. We share with the stories of impact on our social media. He was very nonverbal. His parents have already reported that he's able to communicate. He loves seeing himself on the Building Blocks social media. He makes his own bed every single day, and he helps around the house. I know Paula Wheatrose here. Thank you for your leadership. She has done amazing work supporting these individuals. And she just informed me today they've got their washing machine and dryer in, so these individuals will begin to become even more independent thanks to their work. Next slide, please. Orlando Health South Lake Hospital. Lance Sewell, your leadership taking our healthcare to new heights has been amazing. The tower expansion is absolutely going to change our whole community, not only for the healthcare for it provides, for the economic development that it can do, but for our individuals who don't have to leave the community to have their babies. They actually do have more healthcare close to home. So Lance, we can't wait to make this a regional hospital, and thank you for everything you've done. Next slide, please. Lake Sumter State College is also a huge supporter in our community of future employers and employees. But there's always been, and we talk about a shortage in nursing, and actually the shortage might not be in nursing license, but in actual nursing residents who can support our community. Additional medical services like radiography and a number of other areas are being expanded right here in South Lake County, and that's in partnership with LiveWell Foundation, but more importantly, it's in partnership with entities. These are the Orlando Health Hospital, South Lake Hospital, Lake Sumter State College. These are Tier 1 organizations that LiveWell Foundation is investing in to help improve the community. Next slide, please. Years ago, United Way came to LiveWell Foundation and had some ideas about how we can better support our veteran services. And they said, listen, we have the veterans in our community. Sometimes there are things outside our community they need to reach. And can we get together and have the actual transportation to bring these individuals to the services they have provided? United Way did this. LiveWell didn't do this. The people that I'm speaking about, the nonprofits that we're talking about, they're the ones that are doing their work. They're moving the mission. Groveland, the needle is being moved by other individuals. LiveWell simply investing in them. So we did go in partnership with United Way. This is, again, another Tier 1 institution in our community. And we have provided transportation for these individuals to get the help they need. Next slide, please. We do have some future projects that are still coming to fruition. The impact of the LiveWell Foundation is really just highlighting and expanding the mission of the nonprofits in our community. Next slide, please. So we do have, you'll see we have Waterwell Way, which is also with Libby's Legacy. They'll be working together. They've already talked about some of the projects, but that's just the very tip of the iceberg of what they're going to be doing in our community. We will look forward to future stories of impact at that time. South Lake Cares is a local organization. This one's in Claremont, but they raised their own money to buy the steel and the buildings to expand a lot of the work they do, especially in trauma and after major disasters. They raised the money. LiveWell Foundation just provided almost like the whipped cream, the insides, the infrastructure, the shelving that they're going to be able to do. We also have in this small box in the corner the additional expansion that Mike Hines spoke so eloquently about. Thank you 3 times. For the work that Groveland's doing. And then, of course, we've been working with our partners with Five Feet Restore. We look forward to working with a number of other nonprofits in the community. But the impact is here. It's in South Lake County, and all LiveWell is doing is investing in it, and we're seeing the return on that investment with all of our grantees. So thank you so much for giving us a chance to highlight some of the impact over the last 5 years. And Sherry and Dave, I'd like to turn it back over to you.